The following program is brought to you by Naleo TV, the people's platform.
Aloha and welcome to another episode of Coulda, Shoulda, Woulda, number 70.
A milestone of sorts.
Yeah, pretty
I
good.
like the sound of that. Nice round number.
My name is J.E. I be he, and we've
I'm
got...
John Hendricks. Thank you so much. Yeah,
All
they
right,
said we weren't going to make it to 70. They were wrong.
All right, Baltimore Ravens at the Minnesota Vikings. Both
Yeah.
John and I, we differed on this one. John, you took the Vikings.
I did.
24-23. I took the Ravens 27-23.
I was just trying to be cute. No, I shouldn't have. And I mean, quite frankly, it wasn't a Lamar Jackson virtuoso performance that really separated them. And this was a decisive win too. You know what, 27-19, right? But beyond that, I don't even think it was that close. And yeah, it wasn't really Lamar. It was just an all-around clean game, and then Minnesota just wasn't up to the task. I was counting on a Brian Flores defense, maybe putting up more resistance, but it didn't need to. McCarthy just really wasn't very good. With J.J. McCarthy, I think there's a lot there to like. He made some really crucial plays, trying to keep the game close at the end. I'm just not sure he has the arm strength and the throwing technique to be a franchise leading quarterback for a team that is perennially good and looking to make noise. I just worry about the arm strength and technique. I don't know that those things can get better.
And you need that arm strength for sure, especially on third down. They were 3 for 14 on third downs.
There you go.
And then they, on fourth down, 2 for 5.
Wow, they went a lot.
Yeah.
So those are 3 turnovers right there, too, you look at it.
Believe it in yourself, and I believe that they thought he could do some more with his running game.
And that's more the story of this game is the Ravens winning, not the Vikings losing, and then keeping their quote-unquote hopes alive to take the division after starting at, what, 1-6?
Yeah.
1-5. 1-5. Yeah, no problem.
So
Good
again,
stuff from the Ravens. Back on track.
The North again, we mentioned it, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Tighten it up.
5-4. One game behind are those Baltimore Ravens.
And I don't think it's a full game behind. It's technically a full game behind. You tell me. Does it feel like they're a game behind? Or does it feel like they're 2 games in front?
When you look at the two teams, you feel which was the stronger of the two. Okay. Another good ball game for Ram fans, that is.
Wow.
42-26. Rams increased to 7-2. Frisco down to 6-4. But Frisco's got the injury bug, but they're hoping to get things together as they've got some crucial games coming up in the second half of this season.
Yeah, of course, and they're still in it in a very, very tightly packed division with the Seahawks looking super, super strong, too. We'll talk about them later. I know we're going to pick their game to watch, but we both called this one correctly. No surprise there. Rams coming in healthy and hot. Stafford coming in on fire.
Man.
Leaving on, not a pretty good game from the old man. You know, another 4 touchdowns
MVP
and ton of
candidate,
yards.
for sure.
Leader in the house right now. No offense to anybody else, but just clearly because of their record and what he's doing. You know, you call this one on the number pretty much. You had a 38-20. You saw blood. You're pretty much right there. You saw this game. Clean game from the Rams. You know, no turnovers, 1 sack, no penalty yards whatsoever. It's one of those super clean games where this is what you expect. They run out to a 21-0 lead. They're not kicking field goals. They're scoring touchdowns. No problem, left and right. You know, running high school routes out there, guys wide open. Stafford's dancing around, having the time of his life.
Throwing them in stride, too, man. It's not reaching back for it or make a miraculous catch. Get this, man. 4 or more TD passes and no interceptions in each of his past 3 games, man. Peyton Manning had 5 of those. Dan Marino had 4. So, again, he's got some MVP votes coming his way for sure.
This is his year where if he can pull off the MVP, he doesn't need to win another Super Bowl, but if he can pull off the MVP, then he's a guaranteed Yellow Jacket Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He beat Stafford. And I was like, I don't think that's not important to him. He just wants, come on. Of course it's important to him. So, and he's doing it. He's on his way. A lot of ball left to be played, but I would say right now, he's the leader in the clubhouse when it comes to that MVP because of the record, the teams they're beating, the way they're doing it. They're getting good rushing yards, but it's really his arm and Devontae Adams and
boy, they've been
Puka
using
Nacua, tight ends.
13 personnel.
I love all those tight ends out there.
One
Yeah.
running back, one receiver, 3 tight ends.
Almost
boy.
every play.
In fact, 13 personnel for a grand total of 84 plays in the first 134 games as Rams head coach. He's now surpassed that usage in the past 4 games.
And that was not, I should say, how the Rams played in recent history. They were always lining up the receivers, stacking them 5 wide, 3 wide, having 1 or 2 tight ends in. It's a complete shift. It shows Sean McVay's willingness to change with the personnel he has, and also shows his brilliance in that this is what we got and this is going to work. I'm going to reduce the amount of the type of defenses that we're going to face so that Stafford can see everything coming. Stafford's already great, but he can see everything coming, and these are the results right now.
And all you're doing is giving him more confidence as we go along here, boy.
Just
that he
what
needs
needed.
it? I don't think so, but boy, yeah, you sure got all the tools around you. Onward we go, New England. The Brady Bowl.
Yeah, good one. I like
versus
that.
Tampa Bay, right?
Yeah.
He played for both teams for a good amount of time. Patriots, though, 7 in a row.
And we both got this one wrong.
Yep.
We both somehow saw the Buccaneers winning a close game. Part of that was, for me at least, I won't speak for you, but the Patriots didn't have a lot of quality wins coming in on that 7-game winning streak, just Buffalo. Now, they've got another quality win on their resume. And when I look at a team as it's building towards the playoffs and we go into the tournament, from what I saw, this was a decisive win for the Patriots. There was some late scoring, and there was a little bit of...
I mean, I had visions of Baker pulling one out at the very end again.
He tried.
He got on 4th down, and they sacked him to end the ball game.
Yeah.
But they were playing from behind pretty much the entire ball game. And again, my bad on this one because I thought he was going to get some of his receivers back and running backs, but he was... Even so... Ibuka still had his numbers there, no question about that, but it was just too much of New England. Drake May had been sacked 16 times in the previous 3 games.
Yeah.
They only managed to take him down once on 32 dropbacks. Rather.
Let me throw two things at you from what you just said. I thought that Evans and or Godwin would be back. They weren't. Didn't matter. Baker still threw for 273. He had a super nice game, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Not Baker Mayfield's fault. That's no problem. Kate Otten steps up. He loves throwing to Tez Johnson, touchdowns all the time. Guys doing
seen him in weeks past.
Mary Lou Retton handsprings all over the place. People love watching Tez Johnson, his antics. It was really, this game came down to 3 big plays from the Patriots. They racked up most of their yards from 3 plays.
Rookies.
3 play, 2, right. Minus Drake May, but 1 72-yard reception, a big play, touchdown, and then 2 super long runs from Travion Henderson that just broke the Bucs' backs.
He's only in there because the other 2 starters were out.
But no surprise, he's coming in hot, and he's having a really terrific year. Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson out, no problem. 147 yards on the ground against Bucs defense. That's
just 14 carries. Well, again, when you get those large streaks there, what was it, 69 yards?
And a 55-yarder, too. So what we're looking at is like kind of a Saquon Barkley deal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to take these yards in big chunks, and I'm not going to get you in scoring position. I'm just going to take it to the house and get to pay dirt. Did 3 big plays.
Speed kills, baby. Yeah. Speed kills.
Well, that's 21 points on those 3 plays right there. That it was just too much for the Buccaneers to overcome. And it's interesting to me too because when I think of the Buccaneers defense, they don't give up big plays. So Mike Vrabel's got something going on. A defensive coach with an offense that can put it on you on a good defense. This is real. This means the Patriots, they're real.
Super Bowl contenders. You ready to say that yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
and there's many people who will join it.
Yeah, we'll talk more about what that's all about.
Here's an unusual piece of information. The Buccaneers are 1-5 versus the Patriots since 2001. Their only win against New England was with Tom Brady as their starter.
That's what it takes, huh? Yeah,
and that was in 2021, man.
Yeah, no, big one for the Patriots.
But another ones who've got their own aspirations of Santa Clara, Super Bowl LX. Okay. Pittsburgh. He looked like an old man. He didn't look like
you.
He was cranky. Just didn't. He didn't move smoothly. It was a bad game overall for him.
It looked bad. Good point. It looked bad like in the course of plays, and it looked bad between plays.
The Ravens are saying, "Thank you very much, Los Angeles. We'll take that loss."
Yeah, and then how much does this factor in? The Steelers were probably well aware that the Ravens had already won that day. This is the last standalone game of the day. I'd like to think that wouldn't factor into how well you play, but it matters. They can feel that pressure on them. They being the Steelers can feel the Ravens putting that pressure up against them. Now you're looking at 5-4, 4-5. And again, a 1-game lead in division feels like the Ravens have a 2-game lead. Oh, I just don't know why, but it feels like it because of the BFF schedule that the Ravens have coming up. And clearly, when the Steelers face off against quality competition, minus the Colts previous week, it doesn't go well. And something I've been hearing all week was that, and I think we both picked the Steelers win. I can't recall who you picked to win this game.
You went with Steel, and I went with Steel. 26-23 for you, and me 24-17.
So not even close. And what I've been hearing, because I kind of counted on this, was that Justin Herbert was just going to have to chuck it 50 times and be accurate because of the fact that their line is so depleted, and they don't have their top 2 running backs. They're on Kimani Vidal, who we don't know.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a problem. Well, not really. Look at this. Kimani Vidal, 25 carries for 95 yards. That's more than good enough.
Yeah.
That's more than good enough. That takes some of the pressure off of Herbert, who didn't have a terrific day. He didn't have a Matt Stafford day, but he was more than good enough. And then add to that Aaron Rodgers clearly had his worst performance of the season. So couldn't come at a worse time. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, it
Rough
was
stuff.
It was bad. He was underthrowing people. He was throwing behind them.
Oh yeah,
that's what I said. He looked older that day, boy. And man, what's the word I want to use? You're trying to uplift your team, but you sure didn't look like you're uplifting your team. You look like you're dejected and going to the bench, leave me alone kind of thing.
Yeah, but this whole thing, trying too hard maybe, too? Feeling the sense of pressure? Because their run game wasn't terrible, but they got 73 on the ground. They beat the Colts with 39 on the ground, they mean the Steelers. So 73 is twice as much, but it wasn't competitive. That first miss from Rodgers to Metcalf, when he had Metcalf with at least
wide
4 yards of separation and running into the end zone, and he missed it. Sign of things to come. And I you saw it in his eyes. He pulled his strap, and is he blaming Metcalf? He's blaming himself. What's he doing? That was just a sign of things to come, and it was ugly. Let me put it this way. It was a hard watch. Man, and I love the NFL, but that was a hard watch. This game was a hard watch.
They scored their only touchdown in the very latter part of the ball game. I mean, the defense for the Chargers y'all's offense don't exist today, boy. You must forget about it. Rodgers is 0-5 against Jim Harbaugh in his career. He's got his number, Coach Harbaugh.
So a lot of that was Green Bay against San Francisco, I'm presuming, in the olden days, because these are olden times guys. Now, and again, you go back to making Rodgers look old is what you need to do.
Well, they're going to make Justin Herbert look old because he's getting beat up out there, okay?
Pounded.
He's been pressured 165 times, the most in the NFL.
Yeah.
Sacked 28 times, that's third.
That's not
Hit
good.
80 times, first in that one. Mm-hmm. And he's got a makeshift line every week. Something's going on there. He's lost his Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater for the rest of the season. But, man, we saw Dart running too much, and he gets a concussion and is out.
Right.
Oh, by the way, late breaking news.
What's that?
Brian Dable out.
I was not expecting that.
From the Giants as well.
Yeah.
But, again, what I'm getting at is you better watch out, man, when it gets to the playoffs here, having him get hit that much, and it's only going to get worse for him.
Yeah, they need to do something. The Chargers need to do something about that. And the plus side for the Chargers is the defense that had been so good early in the season that really had, got them early season success. You're like, this is a Super Bowl defense. I think that was the bigger difference in this game. It was more important than the Chargers' offense. It really just clamped down the Steelers, gave them nothing to look at, frustrated them all night, and it was a beautiful performance.
Khalil Mack, man, that one play,
holy cow,
the safety there, 3-2 was it at one point?
Yeah, and then it was 5-3, and I'm like, wait, are the Dodgers playing another 20-inning game? Oh, that's fun.
Took us the longest time there. Well, there you go. Those are the 4 games. Now we look forward to another week.
What a slate.
Boy, you talk about some games that, this is really going to be telling by way of playoffs, and that's why we're teasing you. That's on the very near future. We're going to be doing a show on that. But first game that we've got is one Tampa Bay, 6-3 at Highmark Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. Buffalo Bills 6-3. But, well, they both lost. Who's coming in feeling pretty good about themselves?
You got to love this. They're both 6-3, so it matters. You don't want to be 6-4. You want to be 7-3. Sounds a heck of a lot better. Both coming off losses. I'm just going to throw this at you. Buffalo better bleeping win. They better, or there's going to be trouble. And you know where there's going to be trouble after this last week's performance. So I'm going to pick the Buffalo Bills, of course. I'm concerned about the Bills' defense, of course, naturally. But I'm going to pick them. I got to think that Josh Allen's not going to fumble out of nowhere. Not trying to drag everybody to the end zone.
Did they play at home on the loss yesterday?
No, they were playing down in Miami, but still yet. I mean, that shouldn't have mattered. But, it's just the turnovers were bad. Their 2 best players turning the ball over. I don't think that's going to happen again. I'm hoping their defense plays better. It better play better against Tampa Bay because you would presume that Tampa Bay's offense is throwing a lot more at you than the Dolphins. But I'm going to just hope and pray for a victory, an early morning victory there in Hawaii time, and I'm going to say the Bills are going to win 27-24.
27-24 for Jon. J.E. will go with the Bills.
Really?
As well, yeah.
Oh. I'm kind of surprised.
Along the lines of my Mike Tomlin 2 weeks ago saying, hey, I don't think he's going to let them lose. Well, they're playing at home. They're upset because I'm sorry, that was a win. They were supposed to go down there and win big. And they came off of a bye, too, I think.
No, they came off of a victory over the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Little letdown, little hangover.
I'm going like, we're feeling our oats here, man. Yeah, we're really, really good here.
Yeah.
And we lose to one of the worst teams, worst record teams in the NFL.
So you beat the Chiefs. And then you got Tampa Bay coming up, right? So what do they call these games? Trap games. And boy, did they fall for the trap.
I told my wife, and she goes, you remember that movie, don't you? What movie? Any Given Sunday. And that was the case here. But nonetheless, I will go with Buffalo. And I'm going to go big again. I think they're going to finally start clicking and be upset with themselves. I'm going to go 35.
Love it.
To 27.
Okay, it's a one-score game.
Baker will come in at the very end again, like he did this game, and
it's gonna look closer than it was, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
All right, then we got Chicago 6-3 at Minnesota 4-5. Minnesota feeling like they should be 5-4 there, but Chicago, wow, that was a kind of a crazy game too. Ben Johnson, the coach, and Caleb Williams starting to click, maybe.
Well, they're pulling rabbits out of hats at the end of games that they're supposed to lose against teams that aren't that good. And that's a little scary, but they are winning these games, and they're in this tough division. They are 6-3. They won a bunch in a row, right? So it's looking good. And I'm gonna go off of the Minnesota train that I've been riding. I'm gonna go on to the Chicago train, whatever that's called in Chicago, the subway or whatever. I'm going to go the Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson train, and I mean, it's always tough going against a Brian Flores defense, especially after coming off a tough one against the Ravens. But I like the Bears in this one, but I don't want to give a score yet. I want to find out where you
they're
are.
At Minnesota.
Understood.
Okay.
I'm going on the Caleb Williams train.
Well, I'm going with some home field. It's going to be a close ball game, and I'm going to say 28 for Minnesota, and they will win it over the Bears at 25.
I love it. Okay. Just keep keeping it close either way. I'm going to say the Bears are going to go in, and they're going to actually have a game that's not going to be close at the end for a change, and they're going to win 31-17.
31.
It's just all going to click for the Bears. It's all going to click in the game that matters the most.
Another big ball game. This is probably the game of the week. There's one other one that maybe. Seattle 7-2. Sam Darnold saying, "Hey, what about me for MVP?"
Right.
Against Los Angeles and Matt Stafford, the aforementioned candidate for MVP.
Yeah.
7-2 versus 7-2, boy. And this one is going to have severe ramifications for playoffs.
Massive.
Seeding.
Yeah.
I don't have they played earlier or not? I can't remember now.
Good question. I think that the Seahawks have already beaten them. We'll double check. We'll put up a stat. You can put up a little picture over here. Tell us what about that. But and then to your point, I was a little bit discourteous to Mr. Darnold earlier when I said that Stafford is clearly, well, not clearly, but he's a leader in the clubhouse for MVP. That's not fair to Sam Darnold because he's been playing at that level. They got the same record, and I think they already beat the Rams once this year. So, but that being said, I'm going to pick the Rams to win this game for if no other reason. If you're going to tell me Matt Stafford or Sam Darnold, I'm going to continue to disrespect Sam Darnold. Regardless of what we've seen in the recent weeks where he meaning Sam Darnold, is winning games in the first half. The game, I know these aren't quality opponents.
21-0.
These aren't quality opponents, but he's sealing these games in the first half like it's a high school game. Like you're going to a high school game, it's a homecoming game. Oh, the game's over at halftime, great. But we got to stay and finish and watch. We got to take Junior home. They're winning these games in the first half. And that being said, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be tough sledding against the Rams at home, who are on fire too. And I'm just going to pick Stafford over Darnold. And I like this to be a medium scoring game of 27-23 for the Rams for me. I would not be surprised at all, though, and I'm not trying to hedge my bets here, if the Seahawks pull this one out because they have that 3-level game where their offense, defense, and special teams are all really good, and they're mostly healthy. They picked up a burner and a Shaheed.
Right.
And he's going to make a difference, too.
Right.
He's going to make it hard on the Rams. He's already paying dividends, so wouldn't be surprised. I'm just not hedging.
This is their first meeting this season. They play each other again in Week 16.
Okay, good.
All right?
Okay.
So, again, as we mentioned, this division is far from over, boy. They're all jam-packed.
Who you like?
At the time.
Who you like?
I'm going to go with Seattle.
Yeah, I thought you would.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. That's
and I'm
fair.
going to go with Seattle going 30.
Wow.
And the Rams 27.
Okay. So you can see Seattle getting to Matt Stafford and the Rams' vaunted defense maybe not getting to Sam Darnold. I'm going to say that the Rams' defense is going to get to him, and it's going to be his first bad game of the year or really bad game of the year, and that's going to make a difference in this thing. And then we can say this because of their first matchup, and they'll be whoever wins will be leading division. Whoever wins this game is definitely the leader in the clubhouse for MVP if it matters. Definitely.
Yeah, I guess so. Right there, boy.
For sure, to me.
All right, Kansas City at Denver, another big ball game. Kansas City 5-4. Well, gee whiz, 5-4. Yeah, you remember they had a rough start of the 2025-26 season here. Denver 8-2.
Yeah.
But Denver.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is that a facade? 8-2?
It's a real record.
Let's see here. See if I've got it here. They won by 2 points against the Cardinals. Well, I mean, they won by single digits over some not very good teams.
Yeah.
But again, you are what your record says you are, 8-2.
Yeah. I keep this one very simple, too. Bo Nix, I kind of had some confidence in him early in the season. But the more I watch him play and the more I look at the numbers, he's not even ranked in the top, 25 quarterbacks when it comes to a lot of the important metrics and the important statistics that he's just not giving you. And he looks really, really shaky out there. And then you're going to put him up there against Jones and Karlaftis and Bolton and Chanel. No way. And then, again, I'm going to go back to I bet on quarterbacks. You give me Patrick Mahomes versus Bo Nix. Easy for me. I like the Chiefs in this one. I love the Broncos defense, so it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
That linebacker, Bonito, boy, he is something else, man.
Kansas City's going to have to run the ball. I believe they're getting Pacheco back, which will help a lot. So they're going to have to run the ball. But they can run the ball. They've proven they can run the ball. And because they haven't been winning with a lot of 300-yard gains from Patrick. So I think they're going to have a nice overall game. And they're just going to further expose Bo Nix and the offense as just lacking. So I can see like a 24-13 win for Kansas City.
24-13. Well, I'm going to stick with Denver.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you see Denver winning this game?
They're playing at home.
Okay.
Sean Payton's feeling it as well.
Okay.
He's got some. I think he got the most confidence in his defense.
Okay, so
the defense is going to do the work. You're going to see Patrick Mahomes get sacked multiple times in this ball game here. And I'm going to go a low-scoring ball game. I'll only go 24 for Denver and 17 for KC.
Okay, that's a solid win if they can pull that off, and that will certainly legitimize them. I say, I don't know what your formula is for Denver winning this game. It doesn't have to be calculus or algebra; just a simple formula. You made it clear. It's going to be
defense,
putting Patrick Mahomes on the ground, frustrating him all night, maybe causing a few turnovers. Patrick has been throwing the ball to the wrong team this year more often than he likes to. And he's subject to a strip sack, so that's what's going to take for me. Maybe even some defensive scores because Denver's offense is looking pretty rough.
All right, well, there we go. And then we have Detroit 6-3.
Yeah.
Versus or at Philadelphia, currently 6-2. They're playing on Monday night as well. We'll see how that all pans out. But Detroit, boy, they were reeling 2 weeks ago. Okay, now they got another win under the belt under a new offensive coordinator there at Detroit, named Coach Campbell.
Yeah, right. I thought he'd been calling the plays all year long.
No, he said I'm changing it up some. So I'm full on. I'm looking for Detroit to help the NFC East Dallas Cowboys stay or improve from, I think, 1% chance of making the playoffs to
1.5%,
maybe 4 or 5%. But anyway, I think Detroit,
really,
with him being at the man, they scored a lot of points. They scored a lot of yardage there, man. Oh my gosh, they were just going. Now, granted, it was against Washington,
the oldest defense in the league. I mean, they're slow and they're old and they're bad.
I'm still feeling that they're going to be prepared for this and they'll be ready for Philadelphia. Philadelphia coming off a short week there, okay?
Against a tough team. Yeah, in Green Bay.
So I'll go with Detroit 31 and Philly 24.
34 for Detroit to 24?
No, 31-24.
31-24.
There you go.
And I'm going to pick the Eagles because I just believe again in Jalen Carter. And I believe in him messing up their run game with Gibbs and Montgomery and messing up Jared Goff and having him work too quickly. So I like the Eagles to win this game, regardless of what happens against the Packers. I like the Eagles to win this game, and I like them to win 29-25. And I will note that we have picked a lot. There's a lot of differences here. We're picking the different teams. We were simpatico on one, but otherwise we're picking different teams, which means that somebody's going to come out a clear winner or a loser after this week's over. And I say because of that, winner buys beverages.
There we go, man. It's going to happen. All right, well, there you go. That's the last couple of ones that we're going to be delving into by way of winners and losers. We'll be getting into some playoffs in the very near future. But thank you very much for tuning in to Coulda, Shoulda, Woulda. As always, don't forget, send some comments, questions, whatever they may be, to sports@naleo.tv, and we'll take a look, see if we can get them on the show for you. Once again, thank you very much for tuning on in. My name is J.E. Orozco.
John Henricks.
And we bid you a fond aloha. Thanks for watching.